Liv Morgan made history at WWE Crown Jewel on Saturday after beating Nia Jax in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Morgan has broken her silence after becoming the first ever women's Crown Jewel champion. Morgan and Jax had a back-and-forth match that was full of interferences. Tiffany Stratton tried to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase, while Dominic Mysterio and Raquel Rodriguez backed up the women's world champion. After a distraction by Deputy Dominic, Rodriguez hit Jax with a big boot, allowing Morgan to hit the Oblivion for the pinfall victory. Triple H then awarded her with the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Speaking after the match backstage, the double champ was proud of her accomplishment and called herself the greatest women's world champion of all time. She also gave props to Nia Jax, who she described as her toughest opponent during her reign. It was revealed after the PLE that Liv Morgan won't be taking home the WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship. It will stay in Saudi Arabia and be put on display at the WWE Experience. Morgan was awarded a championship ring to commemorate her historic victory. In the same interview, Liv Morgan was asked who could be her next challenger for the Women's World Championship. Morgan sent a warning to every WWE superstar who wants a shot, especially after what she and Raquel Rodriguez did to Rhea Ripley last Tuesday on NXT. With Rhea Ripley out indefinitely, Morgan's next challenger has not been named. It will be interesting to see how Orawa General Manager Adam Pearce determines who is next in line for a title shot. The atmosphere in Riyadh was electric. The crowd, a dynamic mix of locals and international fans, roared with excitement as WWE superstar Liv Morgan entered the arena, ready to etch her name into wrestling history. Liv, known for her tenacity and vibrant personality, became the center of attention, making headlines as the first woman to achieve a monumental milestone in WWE. Crown Jewel was a night to remember, not just for her, but for fans and aspiring wrestlers worldwide. Days after the historic event, Liv Morgan finally broke her silence, sharing an emotional and reflective message with her fans. Her journey to this point had been nothing short of remarkable. Born and raised in New Jersey, Liv's path to WWE wasn't paved with gold or guaranteed success. She knew struggle, she knew hard work, and most of all, she knew resilience. "It's unreal," she began, her voice brimming with gratitude. "To stand here after everything, the hard days, the sacrifices, the setbacks, and say that I made history, that's beyond words." For Liv, this achievement wasn't just another accolade or title, it was the culmination of years of passion, dedication, and moments of self-doubt. Breaking into the WWE wasn't an easy feat, especially for someone without a wrestling background. Her journey wasn't handed to her on a silver platter. She earned every single moment, every cheer, and every tear. Liv's journey to WWE started in 2014, a year marked by countless auditions, training sessions, and sacrifices. Unlike some superstars who come from wrestling dynasties or athletic backgrounds, Liv grew up in an environment that didn't necessarily predict a career in sports entertainment. She was the underdog, fighting her way to the top. From her early days in NXT, Liv's growth was evident. Fans saw a young wrestler with boundless energy and a drive to succeed. Though she didn't win every match, her spirit and unwavering dedication to improvement captured the audience's heart. Liv was more than just another face in the WWE. She was the embodiment of hard work and grit. The turning point in her career came when she was drafted to the main roster. There, she found herself part of the Riot Squad, a faction that allowed her to showcase her rebellious side. Despite the group's eventual split, Liv never lost her determination. She returned stronger each time, refusing to let setbacks define her. "The thing I learned through it all," Liv explained, "is that you have to keep pushing even when no one believes in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. Every time I stepped into the ring, I felt like I had something to prove, not just to the fans, but to myself." Liv's match at Crown Jewel wasn't just about winning, it was about breaking boundaries. WWE's Crown Jewel event has become significant for pushing the envelope in terms of representation, especially for women. Saudi Arabia, known for its strict cultural norms, has gradually embraced the concept of female wrestling, thanks in large part to WWE's persistent efforts. Liv's performance was symbolic. It represented progress, resilience, and the power of dreams. I remember walking into the arena and feeling this incredible energy, Liv recalled. This wasn't just about me. It was about showing the world what women are capable of, especially in places where they've been told they couldn't. To be a part of that it's hard to put into words. Liv's match was groundbreaking, not just because of its physical intensity, but because it symbolized a shift in the cultural landscape. For the fans in Saudi Arabia, especially young girls who looked up to her, Liv's performance was more than just entertainment. It was an inspiration. It was a declaration that women could compete, excel, and make history on the same stage as their male counterparts. As the final bell rang, Liv stood victorious. She looked out into the crowd, overwhelmed by the magnitude of the moment. In that instant, she knew her journey had come full circle. All the sacrifices, the setbacks, and the hard-fought battles had led her to this point. In her message, Liv emphasized how much her achievement meant not just for herself, but for the future of women in wrestling. She's aware that her journey has inspired countless others, and she takes that responsibility seriously. To all the little girls watching, I hope you know that dreams really do come true. I was just like you once, watching WWE, dreaming of being in that ring. If I can make it here, if I can make history, then so can you. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not good enough. Fight for it, work for it, and believe in yourself, even when it's hard. Liv's impact goes beyond the wrestling ring. She's a symbol of resilience, empowerment, and the belief that dreams are worth fighting for. Her story resonates with fans who see themselves in her, a dreamer who never stopped believing, even when the odds were stacked against her. As she continues her journey, Liv remains grounded and focused on her future goals. She knows that there are still barriers to break and new heights to reach. Her time in WWE has shown her that there's always room for growth, and she's committed to pushing herself further.